Very good morning to all. In today's session, we are going to learn about a very important polycyst remedy, and that is sulfur. I can surely say that you have been learning or you have been listening about this word sulfur from a very long time since your BHMS has been started, because this is the very basic polycyst remedy that has been used extensively in most of the cases by many of the homeopathic consultants. So, before jumping directly into the remedy or its mental character, its physical character, let's understand this remedy in some another way by knowing what is its history. So, we all know that it is an element and it is present in the atomic table having atomic number 16. That is okay, the chemistry part is okay. But where it is present? So, our Earth, our planet Earth, is like a hot plate before history. Now it takes a lot of years to cool it down, and then the things have been settled for the for our planet, for the preparation of our planet. So in that process of volcanization, the sulfur plays a very important role, or I can say the volcanic activity, the sulfur plays a very important role. From there, sulfur's origin is started. So by keeping that point only in mind, that sulfur has been used in the process of volcanization or volcanic activities, let us understand the character of sulfur. So fire is a symbol of anger. We all know fire is a symbol of anger. So like that only, sulfur is also having that much of instinctively anger. It gets angered in a minute, and then suddenly he gets guilty about the thing, that why he or she might be having so much of anger on this particular issue. It is worthless to produce that much of anger in a particular issue. He or she will be very much easily triggered, but then suddenly the phase is also coming when he or she may be feeling guilty at the same time. So this is the characteristics of fire, which is implemented in the characters of sulfur patient. Now, when we are moving forward, we know that fire is furthermore also a symbol of ego. Similarly, sulfur patient is also having so much of ego that they are not taking anything in seriousness, and they are taking everything is for granted. They are taking everything for granted, and they wanted everybody to do their bit of work and for him or for her and just leave it. He is not at all interested in giving any attention to that person who was doing something for them. So ego is an equal part of this remedy. Now again, as we are knowing about the character of volcano, that volcano will give a flash when it is just blasting. Like that only, every disease inside the body of sulfur patient will be counteracted or will be overshadowed, or I can say will be expulsed in the skin. So in the form of eruption, in the form of itching onto the skin, every disease that is internally present inside the body will be thrown out of the body in the form of skin eruption, skin itching and everything like that. So these are also the characteristics of this. Again, we know that sulfur is obviously having, whenever we are burning sulfur, it gives a blue flame. So similarly, in sulfur patient there is very much importance of venous congestion. Keeping that blue thing in mind, when the flame is blue, venous congestion is very important. So basically it is used in piles, and also if there is any kind of bruises, it is used. Now in normal person, whenever the tissue or any organ is inflamed, it looks fiery red, but in sulfur, whenever the tissue is inflamed, it looks blue. So you can judge by seeing the color of the patient's inflammation that whether the patient needs sulfur or the patient needs belladonna or any other remedies. So this is just a character of how the sulfur body looks. So again, we know that this sulfur patient is having, whenever we burn sulfur, it is having very offensive and acrid smell. So similarly, all odors of a sulfur patient is very much of offensive and acrid, and it is applied to everything inside the body, whether it is urine, it is the sweat, it is the discharges, it is the stool, everything will be covered into this symptom. Now there are a few more things about the character of sulfur that are left. In that, we know that if sulfur's origin is from that vulcanization or the volcanic activities, then definitely sulfur is having so much of heat inside him. So I will give you an example about it. If the patient is of sulfur, then if he or she is having a blanket, then their feet or their hand will be outside the blanket, because they cannot tolerate heat anyway. The heat is present external inside the body and internally also. You can also just take this thing in another way, that if a person becomes angry, definitely their body will become very much of burnt. Okay, then the basic point is, we know that sulfur is yellow in color. What yellow color suggests, when we are seeing it into the that spectrum, we know that yellow is a very captivating, very playful color. So like that only, a sulfur patient is very much of attention seeker. They love to seek the attention of other, and they can be captivate the attention of other also in a very much good manner. They are very intellectual person also. Yellow color symbolizes the playful nature of sulfur. So sulfur is again a playful person, a nature person, or we can say they are having green fingers. They love nature, they nurture nature. They love nature, they love plants, they love animals also. Okay, so this side of sulfur is very much important. Now again at the end, when you are that burning that yellow color, you will see the redness in it. So yellow color converting into redness will be showing you about the anger side of sulfur. So sulfur is having, concluding the whole session, sulfur is having anger, sulfur is very much egoistic, sulfur is also very playful, and sulfur can be mindful also. All the discharges of sulfur is very much of offensive and acrid. Sulfur's anger is very much. Sulfur is acting basically on the venous congestion and having the blue coloration of it. Sulfur is very much good remedy for any teenager and also childhood remedy in the uses of something that is very putrid or offensive. So all these are the points that I have covered in this video. So hopefully you all understand about this. Thank you.